Dale Parker did not see black rhinos as being something that was immediately important. But when in 1990 the opportunity presented itself to acquire black rhino for the first time, for a private reserve effort to get the black rhino. When I took him down to KwaZulu and we went to that very first auction and he saw these 5 black rhinos in the pens at Umfolozi, something happened to him that day. And whilst having told me the previous day under no circumstances were we going to buy black rhino, we were going to buy white rhino. That all changed the next day at the auction when there was one solitary person who bid, and the bid stood at R1 million. And something must have happened to him because he whispered to me, "What should we do?" And I said, "Put up your hand." There was pandemonium in that tent of over 1,000 people because all the television cameras from the major networks around the world were concentrated on the first person who bid. The last person they thought they would have to consider would be Dale Parker and Clive Walker sitting at the opposite end of the tent. And of course, when Dale's hand went up, there was a scurry to swing a lot of television cameras around and find out who was the second person who was now bidding. The excitement was, of course, enormous and it had a great effect upon Dale. And the moment the hammer came down and he was now the owner of 5 black rhino, he just said to me, "Look, I'm handing the rest over to you. You deal with everything else. I'll go outside and sort out how we're going to pay for these animals," and vanished. It was traumatic for him, as you can imagine. And he ended up being the owner of rhinos in an uproar that ignited the conservation world because it was an unbelievable auction, with a sum of 2.2 million being realized for the Natal Parks Board, which he always saw as being a donation to that worthy organization. At the end of the day, when we escaped and got back to Shishlui camp and we had a couple of beers before dinner, he was very, very proud of what in fact had taken place. And it reopened a new dimension on what Lopalala was to become that neither he and I ever imagined. And the black rhino became his life after that. And I have been very involved in black rhino conservation ever since.